Yeah, I think part of the whole season 2 is that it's kind of like, the second year in college, and we get to figure out more about who these people are and how they've grown. And, at the end of last season, we all went off on our own. So there was this, like, we're sort of doing our own thing now, and we're our own librarians. And then at the beginning of the season, there's sort of a giant storm that sort of hovers over New York City, and it's a storm so big that no one librarian could possibly figure this out on their own. So we have to come back together. We got to team up. It's got to be the whole team, and it's sort of fun watching us try, with our sort of newfound knowledge, try to get back together and try to work as a team.
Yeah, I think they're developed as far as skills go. Mentally, I think they're no longer cynical to the idea of magic. It's no longer absurd to them. So with that in mind, now it's about advancing further and further into this world of magic and science and seeing what will actually come of it and how we deal with these situations and problems. The fact that we've graduated essentially into full-grown librarians is also just another factor, I guess, and we get to play these elements off as we all think we kind of know what's best for it, and we all have different approaches, and that's the fun of it. We bring all these different elements together and get to see that mix and match. I think for Ezekiel, probably at the end of 106, the science fair episode, he did a nice little act for Cassandra here, and it's the first time I think we really, beyond the little moment in the caves with the Minotaur, see a sensitive side to Ezekiel. So that was a lot of fun to play something different to the cocky arsehole that he normally is.
The first season, I had so much fun with so much of it, but I think for me, like the Christmas episode, I'm Christmas crazy. Like, I am almost that level of excited about Christmas, which is insane because it's huge. But like, I love Christmas. So when they wrote this thing and they were like, Cassandra's really into Christmas, and I was like, oh, I'm gonna go big. Because I would freak out if I met Santa Claus in real life. Like, if someone was just like, hey, this is real, I would be like, and they were like, are you sure you want to go that big with that? And I was like, yes! Santa Claus! That's awesome. So that was definitely, like, that was my favorite moment.
Lindy shows up excited to work every day, but for those 7 days we were filming the Santa Claus episode, she just showed up with just an extra centimeter on that smile. She was...
Yeah, they were like, what do you want to wear? And I was like, full on elf costume. Yeah. Like, I want to wear an elf costume. So we got to do, yeah. Yeah, because I think, especially because we've gone off on our own for at the end of last season, we've become even more our own person, and each of us deals with magic in a different way. And I think part of the greatness of the show is that it's always going to be like that because we are so different. We do have such specific specialties, and it's even deeper now because they are friends. They are working together and they do know each other better. So I think the connections and the relationship development is really it's grown even more this year, and that's I think the most fun part for us to play. Yeah. Because sometimes it's not even on the page, and it's just one of those things that we get to explore, and you share a look or you share a laugh or you do something behind someone's back so no one else sees it, and it's like those are the fun parts for us. Yeah, definitely.
As an actor, it's a lot of fun because when you play a character, how you would approach, as Cassandra would be totally different to how I would approach, Jacob Stone or Jenkins. So I like the fact that each character has their own different relationship with another. No two of the relationships are quite the same. And ultimately, at the end of the day, it's kind of like a family. Like, you have your relationships with your older sisters or your younger brothers, your mum. All of that's totally different. And to be able to play each scene custom to that is it's a lot of fun. It's not doing the same thing over and over, which is a joy because each and every day is new and exciting.
That one in the science fair episode was super sweet. I had one in the pilot episode with Noah that I think was probably my favorite, and I think it was scripted, but it wasn't scripted. It wasn't blocked the way it was scripted. I was on the other side of the room as him, and it said, Cassandra gives him a hug, but I realized I was like on the other side of the room, and I had to I was like, how am I going to... And I just ran and sort of jumped into his arms, and he sort of got knocked off his feet a little bit. And Dean came up to me and was like, "Why did you do that? It was so." He's like, "I got all choked up," and I was like, "Well, it said to do it, so I did it." And he's like, "But the running," and I was like, "That was, I don't know." And so, but there was a sweetness to it, and I think I caught Noah off guard too, which is hard to do.
Yeah.
Because
I've tried.
he's so on top of it.
Tried.
But I don't think he was expecting running, flying girl. So
Yeah.
that was it.
For me, other than the moment in the science fair, I had a moment with Jenkins at the end of Apple of Discord, which was so much fun to be able to play opposite John Larroquette. He brings something new to every scene, so pretty much you have to stay on your toes the entire time because you don't know what he's going to throw at you. But yeah, there was a nice little moment where I returned the apple and we've accomplished the mission, and yeah, just to play opposite John Larroquette is, I think, for all of us.
This season, I get to do a lot of Larroquette work, and
I complained about it.
The honor of my life.
Yeah.